A few weeks back, my buddy Sal from the excellent 2 Cents Toys YouTube channel sent me a mystery box, and included in that mystery box was a few of these kind of click and play accessory sets for 3 3/4 inch or 4 inch scaled action figures. And Sal also sent me this amazing custom of a Red Shadows Jeep. So I thought what I'd do in today's video, to give you guys a little bit of a look at what you can get in these click and play sets, we're going to use the accessories to build a base for the Red Shadows, so stay tuned.
Come with me, toy fans.
Hey toy fans, my name is Tony and welcome back to the Analog Toys YouTube channel. Now before we get to building the Red Shadows base, I just want to talk through some of the kind of items that you get inside these click and play sets. So Sal sent me 2 different sets. We've got the military checkpoint, which is quite a large accessory set, and the smaller patrol team set. And these products are quite inexpensive, just generic 3 3/4 or 4 inch scaled military accessory sets. The figures that are included here are pretty much junk. This is not why Sal sent this to me, he knows that. He sent this to me because he knows I like to build kind of dioramas when I'm shooting videos. And it's a lot of the additional accessories in these packs that make them worthwhile picking up. So there are lots of interesting little accessories like a well here, some rows of barbed wire. There's a tall watchtower included with the military checkpoint. But in the patrol team set, we get a couple of small vehicles. One of which is just a generic black bike, which is an excellent accessory to give to your G.I. Joe Dreadnought action figures. I always wished that back in the day Hasbro had have given us a generic motorcycle for the Dreadnoughts to ride. And also included with the patrol team set is this small inflatable dinghy, which is ideally accessorized with this awesome custom Red Shadow Eels figure that Scuba Pete sent me, which I think he got from Black Major. Now while these sets are sold in the United States under the Click and Play brand, here in Australia you can acquire the same toys under a different brand called World Peacekeepers. And I actually picked up this black attack helicopter at a local store very recently, a very inexpensive toy. And this looks absolutely awesome when customized with some Action Force SAS figures. But if you want to see what that looks like, you're going to have to wait until a little bit later in the video. All right, so I'm going to change the camera setup and we're going to start building a Red Shadows desert base diorama. Okay, so the first thing I've done here is laid down a kind of desert sand base. I have 2 options in the studio. I've also got like a roll of green grass. You can pick this stuff up from like hobby modeling shops, that kind of thing, but we're going to make like a desert themed base, so we've gone for the roll of sand. And you'll see I've got a few rocks here. This kind of adds a little bit of texture to the environment, but it also helps me kind of hold this roll flat because it's rolled up so often it wants to continually roll up again, so helps to keep it flat on the table. So the first thing I want to do is bring out this custom Red Shadows Jeep from Sal. I'm going to position this roughly in the middle of the frame. We may have to move that a little bit later on. But we'll get that positioned and then we're going to start building the base around this because I want this kind of Red Shadows Jeep to be the centerpiece of this little diorama that we're building. So we have here a small kind of busted up outbuilding we can place at the back there. And what you guys can't see is normally when I'm assembling a kind of diorama like this for a YouTube video, I'm normally standing behind the camera. Well, here I'm in front of the camera. So I'm just going to show you an image now of what I can see. What I've had to do is hook the camera up to an additional monitor so that I can see what I'm doing, because trying to look at the viewfinder from this distance, I really can't kind of see what's going on. All right, so we've got this kind of small damaged building here. We're then going to, on this end, set up the watchtower. That's looking quite good. At the front of the base here, we're going to have a kind of sandbag bunker. How's that? That's not looking too bad. Then continue the perimeter along with a few strips of barbed wire that come in these sets. That's looking quite good there. Now, where we've got the watchtower, I'm going to have a bit of a checkpoint there. So we've got a gate that lifts up. And next to that, I'm going to position a guard later on, but he's going to have this kind of spotlight looking thing here. Looking very good so far. We have a well here, which I'm going to position just about there. That looks pretty good. And what else do we get in here in this set? So there's a camp stove, which we're going to have kind of at the back there. Now this is all starting to come together quite nicely. One thing I've just realised I want to do is this custom Red Shadows Jeep that Sal gave me also came with this kind of break apart detour type sign. I think I'm gonna switch that out. I don't know. Might position that at the back of the base there. Just kind of trying to give this base a bit of a perimeter of sorts. So also in these click and play sets, you get lots of little accessories like ammo boxes, which just add a little bit more detail to the diorama. A few more kind of ammo crates here. This is starting to look quite good, isn't it? All coming together. We'll take some close-up shots once we've finished assembling it. So the last thing I want to add in here are these awesome, well, sorry, not the last thing, but I want to add in these awesome barrels that came with the Jeep that Sal has painted up. So I might look to, we might have them down the front here. I think there's a third one in here as well. Yes, there is. And a really, really cool little accessory that comes with the click and play set is this laptop. So I'm going to sit that laptop on top of this barrel, and then we're going to put our next action figure on. We're going to have Red Jackal here standing by the laptop. Now, the Black Major, he needs to be in a observation position, so we're going to kind of put him up the top. And probably the final thing I want to do is get some like modeling type foliage. You can get bags of this stuff from a modeling shop. I like adding this stuff in, which you've seen me do before in like the how to photograph a Dagobah scene, because it just adds a little bit more kind of color and texture to these dioramas as we assemble them. I'm going to scatter some of this around the place. You can just drape it over the walls. Like so. Let's put some down here. I like this. I like the way this is coming together. A little bit down there by the well. All right, now let's populate this base with a whole heap of Red Shadows figures. So here I've got the slightly taller figures from Marauder. These are more like 4-inch figures than 3 and 3/4 inch, which actually these click and play sets are designed more for 4-inch figures, but the scale is close enough. I think this guy is going to look quite good in the watchtower. Yeah, so we've got one of those guys in the watchtower. I've got another one here, and he's going to be positioned as the kind of guard at the front here with the spotlight, with the searchlight. And we'll get another Red Shadows trooper up the top. Let's have a couple of red shadows up here, I think. Make sure he's holding his weapon properly. Now we've got red laser. And where's red laser going to go? I think red laser might look quite good. Just kind of down here, if I can get him to stand up straight. Red laser's down here by the fire. Cooking up a storm for the red shadows for lunch. And who else have we got here? We've got the Kraken. The Kraken can be over near the well, I think. Maybe he needs to come around a little bit more. Starting to look good. We've got another red shadow, which I'm gonna remove his weapon, and we'll have him on the back of the Jeep here. And the red shadow's escape armor. We're gonna have him as somewhat of a sentry kind of out the front here. And there you have it, a kind of Red Shadows desert base. You can see all of the different little accessories that come with these click and play sets just look perfect with this particular scale and really give you a massively wide variety of different options for setting up dioramas. So we're going to take a few kind of close-up shots here, show you a few of the different little kind of scenes that we've developed. But for a very affordable price, these click and play sets, if you're into photographing your toys in diorama styled environments, these are a very, very cost-effective option for getting yourself some accessories for building a kind of environment like this. Now, earlier in the video, I did mention the black attack helicopter that I picked up locally here under the Australian kind of brand of these toys, which is World Peacekeepers. And while a lot of the additional accessories in this pack are kind of cheaply made and you wouldn't want to use all of the different bits and pieces, the main centerpiece here, the black attack helicopter, is absolutely fantastic. I've decked out this helicopter with 4 vintage Action Force SAS figures, and it is amazing. And for a cost of around 40 bucks, this is a brilliant toy. Also available in the line is a Black Hawk helicopter, which I would love to acquire, but I haven't been able to find one of those locally. But all in all, this was a really fun way to spend a morning kind of building this Red Shadows based diorama. And thank you once again to Sal for sending me these awesome toys. Much appreciated, mate. So thank you all for watching. And if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to check out the video where 2 Cents Toys creates this custom Red Shadows vehicle, you can click the link up here. Or to check out our Action Force playlist, you can click the link down here. I'm Tony from Analog Toys, and I'll see you in the next video.